I'm Nova, your guide to understanding the depths of your mind and reclaiming your inner fire. Through years of exploring the human psyche, I've uncovered a truth that can set you free. You're giving too much of yourself away. You react on impulse, you say yes to keep the peace, you stay available, hoping it'll make you feel seen or loved. But instead, you're left drained, disconnected, asking, "Where did I go?" Today, we're diving into the science and psychology of why constant availability traps you and how choosing conscious unavailability can transform your life. Backed by psychological principles, this journey is about understanding why you react the way you do, how others use your energy, and how reclaiming your boundaries can lead to what I call the path to wholeness, becoming your true, authentic self. Let's explore how silence and withdrawal, rooted in psychological insight, can become your most powerful tools for self-empowerment. Let's start with a scenario we all know. Someone provokes you and your heart races as you jump to respond, defending yourself, explaining, or fixing their problem. Or maybe you agree to something that drains you just to avoid conflict. Why do we do this? Psychology tells us it's rooted in early conditioning. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby, shows that as children, we learn to seek approval and avoid rejection to feel secure. This creates what I call the mask of compliance, a psychological pattern where we prioritize others' needs over our own to feel valued. But here's the catch. This constant availability comes at a cost. Cognitive behavioral research shows that habitual people-pleasing increases stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Every time you react impulsively or say yes when you mean no, you're depleting your emotional energy, a finite resource that fuels your mental clarity and resilience. Studies, like those from the American Psychological Association, show that chronic overextension leads to burnout, lowering your self-esteem and sense of identity. This pattern also makes you predictable, and in psychology, predictability can make you vulnerable. Social dynamics research suggests that people exploit predictable behaviors to meet their own needs. The friend who only calls in a crisis, the colleague who expects you to solve their problems, they're not relating to you. They're using the role you've allowed yourself to play. This is where psychological manipulation often creeps in, subtly reinforced by your own reactivity. But there's a way out, and it starts with understanding the power of withdrawal. Through my journey, I've learned that transformation happens not in reaction, but in reflection. When you choose to withdraw, when you opt for silence over argument or distance over engagement, you disrupt the psychological cycles that keep you trapped. This isn't just intuition, it's backed by science. Emotional regulation studies, like those by James Gross, show that choosing not to engage in emotionally charged situations preserves mental energy and enhances self-control. This act of withdrawal also shifts social dynamics. According to social psychology, when you stop responding predictably, you challenge others' cognitive schemas. They're mental models of who you are. I've said what triggers us in others reveals the truth about ourselves. When you stop reacting, you become a mirror, reflecting back others' dependencies and insecurities. That friend who panics when you don't answer right away, that partner who pushes you to fix their emotions, they're reacting to the loss of control over your behavior, revealing their reliance on your availability. This process aligns with what I call the path to wholeness, a journey toward integrating your true self. Psychologically, this mirrors the concept of self-differentiation from family systems theory, where you maintain your identity while staying connected to others. By setting boundaries, you're not isolating, you're protecting your mental resources. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that clear boundaries improve well-being and reduce emotional exhaustion, allowing you to redirect energy toward your own growth. When you withdraw, you also disrupt projection, a psychological defense mechanism where others attribute their own unresolved issues to you. By stepping back, you force them to face their own emotions, which can be uncomfortable but liberating for you. This isn't about cutting people off. It's about choosing who and what deserves your energy based on mutual respect, not obligation. Now let's talk about silence, not as passivity, but as a psychological superpower. In a world obsessed with noise, endless notifications, debates, demands, silence is a radical act of self-preservation. Neuroscience research, like studies from the University of Oregon, shows that intentional pauses reduce stress by lowering cortisol levels and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes calm and clarity. Your emotional energy is finite, as cognitive psychology confirms. Every reaction, every argument, every moment spent pleasing others drains your cognitive bandwidth, the mental capacity needed for decision-making and creativity. When you choose silence, you conserve this energy, creating what I call a force field of presence. You've seen it. Someone who doesn't react impulsively commands respect without saying a word. Why? Because silence signals self-mastery. Social psychology backs this up. Unpredictable behavior, like choosing not to respond, disrupts others' expectations and shifts power dynamics. When you don't engage in a provocation, you take away the other person's ability to control the interaction. This is why silence feels so threatening to those who rely on your reactions. It forces them to sit with their own discomfort. Silence also creates space for self-reflection, a key component of psychological growth. Studies in mindfulness research, like those published in Frontiers in Psychology, show that reflective pauses enhance self-awareness and emotional resilience. In this stillness, you start to recognize your triggers, those automatic reactions rooted in past conditioning, and choose responses that align with your values. Silence isn't absence. It's a powerful act of reclaiming your psychological sovereignty. Choosing unavailability isn't easy, and psychology explains why. Cognitive dissonance, the discomfort of acting against ingrained beliefs, makes you feel guilty when you set boundaries. You've been conditioned to equate availability with worth, so saying no can feel like betraying others or yourself. Plus, social rejection sensitivity, a concept studied in psychology, makes you fear being seen as cold or selfish. But here's the truth. Those who react negatively to your boundaries are often reacting to their own attachment insecurities. Research on attachment styles shows that people with anxious or avoidant tendencies may push back when you change the dynamic because your availability was their emotional anchor. Their criticism isn't about you, it's about their discomfort with losing control. This journey requires what I call sacred solitude, a deliberate retreat into yourself, supported by psychological research on solitude's benefits. Studies in the Journal of Positive Psychology show that intentional alone time fosters self-discovery and emotional clarity, reducing dependence on external validation. Yes, you might lose relationships built on your utility rather than your essence. You might be misunderstood or judged, but this loss is a gateway to freedom. By setting boundaries, you practice self-efficacy, the belief in your ability to control your life, a concept central to Bandura's social cognitive theory. You stop being a reactor, shaped by others' demands, and become a creator, shaping your reality from within. The people who stay will value you for your authenticity, not your accessibility, leading to healthier, more reciprocal relationships. When you embrace conscious unavailability, something profound happens, a psychological rebirth. In the silence, you reconnect with your core self, the part of you untainted by others' expectations. This aligns with self-determination theory, which emphasizes autonomy, competence, and relatedness as keys to well-being. By choosing when and how to engage, you reclaim autonomy, fostering a sense of inner strength. This process isn't painless. You'll confront fears Fear of rejection, fear of loneliness, rooted in early attachment patterns. But facing these fears builds emotional resilience, as shown in studies from Emotion Journal, which link boundary setting to improved mental health. You learn that self-love isn't selfish, it's essential. It's choosing your peace over chaos, your truth over approval. Those who resent your boundaries reveal their reliance on your imbalance. But those who honor your growth, they're your true tribe. Psychology shows that relationships based on mutual respect, not obligation, enhance life satisfaction. By becoming unavailable to what drains you, you make space for what uplifts you, creating a life aligned with your deepest values. So, my beautiful souls, I'm Nova, and I'm here to tell you, your energy is sacred, your time is precious, your soul is yours to protect. The psychology is clear. Constant availability traps you in cycles of exhaustion and manipulation, but conscious unavailability sets you free. It's time to say no to what dims your light and yes to your own growth. Ask yourself, how long will you let others drain your energy? How long will you stay in dynamics that don't serve you? This is your moment to choose silence, to choose boundaries, to choose you. In the comments below, share one step you'll take today to protect your emotional energy. What's one no you're ready to say to reclaim your power? If this spoke to your soul, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to my channel for more science-backed insights to light your path. You're not here to be everyone's everything. You're here to be you, whole and unstoppable. Let's walk this journey together. Shine on, and I'll see you in the next video.